Playoffs! The playoffs are finally here. And even though my team, the Dolphins, didn't make it, just like most years, I'm still going to be doing my bracket this year. So we're starting off with a heater, man. We got the Chargers versus the Patriots. Chargers are going to the Patriots. This is a well-coached football game, guys. These are two of probably the top 5 coaches in the NFL right now, maybe top 10. I don't know where you would put Jim Harbaugh or Mike Vrabel at this point, but Drake May is playing lights out. This dude's playing MVP football on the other side. Henderson's been starting to heat up. That whole Patriots offense is just on fire, and you can't discount their defense either. On the Chargers end, this is honestly the best matchup they could have got. I think the Patriots have one of the weaker pass rushes in this whole playoffs, and that's going to benefit the Chargers, man. This is going to be a shootout. I really see this one going to the end. Like, I see this being I wouldn't even say a high-scoring game, just a very close game that's back and forth. It's going to be cold. I don't think it's going to be as cold as another game that we'll talk about later, but it's definitely going to be cold. What's the deciding factor in this one, man? I think it's really the run game, man. I think the Chargers really have to stop the Patriots' run, because if TreVeyon Henderson gets one of those explosive plays that he's known to get, I mean, it could be night-night for the Chargers real quick. Drake May is already hot. I just got to go Patriots in this one. Next, we got the Bills and Jaguars, and it'll be my pleasure to not be picking the Bills. I'm picking the Jaguars in this one. I already had my mind made up on this one. This one wasn't going to be too complicated. I think this is one of the worst Josh Allen teams. One of the worst teams that Josh Allen has had around him. Probably, dare I say, pretty much since he's been a solid starter. Like, he does not really have, no wide receivers. The receiving production is really coming from the tight ends. And this Jaguars defense is playing out of their mind. Devin Lloyd is having an all-pro season, very underrated, just going absolute nuts with my boy Anthony Campanelli over there. I really would like Dolphins to interview him for their head coach. I think he would at least be worth a shot. But I'm going to go Jaguars in this one. I just think the Jags have kind of had the Bills' number over the past couple years. If you remember Josh Allen, one of Josh Allen's first playoff games, he lost to that Saxonville team back in the day. So I really think the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to win this one. And then finally, I'm going to have the Texans winning on the AFC side. I just think that Texans pass rush is just going to be brutal to work against if you're Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. They squeaked in the playoffs. Maybe they can get some more of that holy water back on the field. But I don't even really think CJ Stroud has to do too much in this one. I think this is going to be an extremely low-scoring game. I wouldn't be surprised if the spread, like the point total, is under 40 for this one. This is going to be a hard-nosed battle. Field goals are coming. Chris Boswell, he's usually the man. He's always hot. But I am going to lean Texans. I just think that Texans pass rush and that secondary is just too much. Going to be too much for Aaron Rodgers with the Steelers that really limped into the playoffs. Going on the NFC side, I'm going to pick the Bears. This is also going to be a really tough game. And I just think the Packers are limping in the playoffs. Just like I said about the Steelers, the Packers are really limping in the playoffs. Jordan Love's coming off an injury. You don't have Malik Willis. Obviously, Malik Willis wouldn't be the starter anyways, but still hurts. You have a couple of other guys that are banged up. The receiving core is always a little bit banged up for the Packers. But I really think this comes down to the run game. It's going to be freezing here. And I just don't think the Packers have the most elite run game. I think that's very average to below average this year. But the Bears, man, Ben Johnson came over and sparked a fire, and Monangai and Swift, they're just running crazy. I think the Bears are going to win this one. I think it is going to be a close game, but I think the Bears are going to take this one. Eagles 49ers. This is like a classic, man. This is like a 2020s classic. Like, these teams played so much time in the playoffs. They have so much bad blood. And I really like the 49ers, but that Week 18 game really scared me. Like, they were hot the last couple weeks, and they were at home and got just shut down by the Seahawks defense. I'm going to pick Philly here. I really think Philly is getting really underrated. Like, I know they won last year, but, like, people are vastly underrating Philly and what they can do in the playoffs. Philly is a historic playoff riser. Jalen Hurts rises in the playoffs every time. Brock Purdy's Mr. Clutch too, so this is just going to be one of the most fun games of the weekend. I really think that, and I got the Eagles winning it. Rams and Panthers. Man, the Panthers made it with a losing record, but the only saving grace they have in this one is that they did beat the Rams in Carolina earlier this year. That was one of the games of the year, low-key, but I got to pick the Rams in this one, man. The Rams, I just see them rising so much in the playoffs. Like, I hope none of this ages poorly, but most of it probably will. There's no way I go 6 for 6. So if I didn't pick your playoff team, please don't hate on me in the comments. But going to the divisional, Texans Broncos is just the most elite pass rush combination I've ever seen. This is a defensive battle for the ages. And I think the Texans are going to win. I think the Texans are going to go to the championship, man. They're coming off, a 9-10 game win streak to end the season. And I just think that pass rush is going to be too much for Bo Nix. This one might be a little hot. I'm not going to lie. This is a hot take. But I do have the Texans squeaking out a divisional playoff win. Speaking of having the Texans squeak out a playoff win, what about Duval? Don't clip that. But Jacksonville, I think they're just as hot as Houston. I mean, they beat everyone in front of them. And I don't think the Patriots have beat really any good teams. I mean, they beat a couple decent teams, but I don't think they played a team on the level of Jacksonville this year. And I think Jacksonville is going to stick it to the Patriots. I actually see the Patriots kind of getting it in this one. I'm not going to lie. I don't know. That's just kind of like my hot take, I guess. I guess the whole divisional playoff. I have a AFC South matchup in the conference championship. Who would have thought, man? At the start of this year, who would have thought that Jacksonville and Texans would have been in the conference championship? Man, this probably won't happen, but it's going to be cool to see. One of these teams are going to go to their first Super Bowl. And on the NFC side for the division playoffs, Seahawks, Rams, rematch of the Thursday night, the actual game of the year. That game was just so much fun to watch. Seattle squeaked one out, but let's not count out that Seattle got very lucky at the end here. And I think that Rams pass rush is going to mess up Darnold in a way that he's not going to be able to recover from. I'm going to have the Rams going on to the conference championship, man. I think the Rams team is really that one to beat. And I think we're going to have a rematch of last year's divisional playoff with the Eagles coming to see them. I think Caleb Williams and the Bears luck runs out here. I think Ben Johnson has done an absolute amazing job with his Bears team. I just think they're too young and unexperienced to beat a team like Philly, man. Philly's just got that dominant, this game was like game of the season last year. The Rams and Eagles with Saquon banging on his helmet in the snow. That was just absolutely tough. Obviously, this is a different Eagles team. This is a different Rams team too. But going on to the conference championship, and who would have thought, man? If I go 4 for 4, you got to leave a like on this video. Actually, even if I go 0 for 4, you got to leave a like on this video. Just leave a like, man. I need it, bro. I'm almost at 100 subs, please. So consider subscribing too. But conference championship. Duval in your first Super Bowl. This is going to be massive for Jags and Liam Cohen. Yeah, I was hating on the Patriots for not having playoff experience. But, man, I just believe in the Jaguars this year. I think they squeak it out over the Texans. And we're going to see the Jags and the Rams in the Super Bowl. I got the Rams going all the way to the Super Bowl. I'm not worried about their last couple weeks of them having a little bit of bad play. I know Stafford and Puka will bounce back when it matters most. And just what a Super Bowl, guys. Speaking on Philly's part, I see Philly's luck running out. I see an injury in the playoffs or something bogus happening to them in this game that kind of bounces in the Rams' way, seeing how the last one bounced in the Eagles' way with that Kyren Williams fumble. I think something happens to bounce the momentum in the Rams' way. I think both of these games are very tight. This is going to be an awesome playoffs. I'm so happy to watch playoff football, man. And the U is going to the college football playoffs. What do you call it? I don't even know. The Super Bowl? I don't know what they call it now. It's so confusing. But the U, and we'll see if it's Dante Moore or Fernando Mendoza. Go check out both of their breakdowns down below. But anyways, the Super Bowl with the Jags and the Rams. I think Matt Stafford is going to win his second Super Bowl as a Ram. I think he's retiring after this Super Bowl. I think he's completely done. And I think the Rams are going to draft a quarterback next year. This is a perfect way to icing on the cake. You're going to have 2 Super Bowls. Now, will this all happen? More than likely, it probably won't. But it's fun to throw out there, man. If you guys disagree, please let me know why and who you're taking this weekend. No disagreeing without having a valid take. But with all that being said, this video is fun to make, man. If you guys like this type of content where I just do some random stuff, I was thinking about doing some quizzes. Your boy's got some ball knowledge, so I kind of wanted to test that out. But overall, that's all I got for you guys today. Super excited for these NFL playoffs. Super excited to watch them. I kind of want to react to some of the games. Maybe the game of the week I'll react to. If you guys want that, let me know down below. With all that being said, peace, fins up. See you guys next time.